Everyone wants to make money online.
I wanted to make 10K in a month.
And that I made my first 10K a month.
10K in profit in 1 month.
10K per month.
$100 million a month.
But most of you are making it a lot harder than it needs to be. If I lost everything, I had no followers, no email list, no product whatsoever, here's exactly how I would make $1,000 in 30 days. This doesn't require a team, doesn't require a budget, and it just requires leverage. And I'll show you why the lazy route is actually the smartest way of making money in 2025. First off, most people hear lazy and they think it's unproductive and maybe even unmotivated. But the most successful entrepreneurs that I know are strategically lazy. They don't want to grind for 6 hours a day for the rest of their life. They want to build systems in the products that they already have so that they can create cash even when they're offline. And in 2025, all the new AI tools and streamline processes make this easier than ever. So I'm not going to tell you to cold call 6,000 people or work 6 hours a day. I'm going to show you the most effective and simple way of making $1,000 right from scratch. Before I tell you what to do, let me show you how I think. Every time I look at a business model, I look at 5 things. The first thing is startup cost. What's sort of the minimum amount of cash needed to start that business? So a high startup cost would be something like a tech company. You need a lot of funding to be able to make that happen. Something with a low startup cost is something like an SMMA, where you don't need a lot of money to get started. The second thing is growth potential. What is the maximum amount of money or scale you can have with this business model? Something with low scalability would be doing social media marketing for just businesses in your local area. That confines yourself to just your local area. And once you've filled up all of those positions, you can't scale up anymore. But a high growth potential could be something like a digital product. Basically, what you want to ask yourself, can this scale without adding more hours to my day? Next up is delivery load. How much time will it take for my product to actually be fulfilled? It can be something that takes a long time, like video editing, or something that takes a very, very short amount of time. The next one is downside risk. How much risk is involved when you're starting a business? I really don't like to put a lot of risk when starting a business, because if you fail, then all of that risk, if it's high, is really, really detrimental if you need to start another one. And then the last criteria that I look for when starting a business is the execution barrier. How steep is the learning curve for getting this working and for getting this business off the ground? When I run a digital product, especially an info product like a workshop or a worksheet that I post on Canva, and I put it through this filter of these 5 things, it wins every single time compared to other business models. And I'm going to show you exactly why. Number 1 is it doesn't need inventory. If it's digital, then it can be basically infinite. The second one is you can build it in a week. You can build an info product in a week or a month and sell it for the rest of your life. And then the third one is you can deliver it once and it sells forever. Like I said before, it's basically infinite the amount of times that you could sell it. So it's very, very good because you can deliver it once, spending that week to make it, and then it can sell for the rest of your life. So now I'm going to give you the 5-part roadmap to making $1,000 in 30 days. Step number 1 is you have to pick a problem that pays. Not a niche. You don't want to pick a niche that pays. You want to pick a problem, something that's painful, specific, and urgent to your audience. If you brainstorm on this, you can think, why can't I stay consistent at the gym? I don't know how to film content, or I want to grow online without showing my face. These are all problems that audiences can have that you can help with. It would really, really help if you pick something that you've already overcome. In this way, you're not actually selling theory, the theory of it working, you're selling clarity because you've gone through it yourself and you see that it's worked. An example of this is the entrepreneur Iman Gaji. Iman doesn't chase trends in the market. Well, for one, he creates them, but second, he finds painful problems that people have, finds a way to solve them, and makes them pay for it. Some examples of this that he has done is with his agency accelerator program, where the problem that his audience has was, I don't know how to get clients for my social media marketing agency. He built his info product and he sold it, and that's made him hundreds of thousands of dollars. Every one of his offers, whether that be agency accelerator, like I said, or any number of products that he's coming out with, it solves a problem that is very urgent for the people watching. That's why it does so well. Step number 2 is pick a platform and post daily. The platform that you choose is completely up to you, but I would choose YouTube Shorts or TikTok. And the reason because this is it's fast growth and there's no need for any followers to begin with. I would post daily educational videos in the short form, and I would do it one in 3 ways. Number 1 would be solve a small problem that you've seen people have and solve it for them. You can share a relatable transformation that you or someone else has had, or document real-time progress in your business. And it doesn't just work for long form, it works for short form as well. And if you want to learn more about how to grow on short form or long form, I have a free guide in the description below that you can go and look at. It's completely free, and I think it'll really help you get views very quickly in a very short amount of time. Step number 3 is creating a free guide using AI. This is what I call building a lead magnet. You're not selling anyone anything, but you're getting emails and you're using ChatGPT to build it out, also while providing value that you know works. Some examples of some free digital products that you could use are 5 scripts that blew up my YouTube in 30 days, or a beginner's guide to monetizing content. This is what pulls people from your audience off the platform of whatever content that you are doing, whether that be long form or short form content on YouTube or TikTok, and it helps build trust. If they know that you're providing value for free, then they're more likely to pay for a course or a webinar episode that you put out. Step number 4 is building a $49 to $97 small product. This is where the money starts to come in after you start gaining trust from your audience. It can only happen once you've gained trust, because if you try to sell something without gaining trust, everyone will see you as untrustworthy and will say to themselves, does this guy have any experience? If not, if I haven't seen that for myself, then probably not. These products could range from a variety of things, like I said, like a webinar that's about 60 minutes. It could be a Notion template or a small bundle of Notion templates. It could be a 7-day video course or even a 3-call coaching offer. Whatever it is, whatever product that you choose to sell, you have to make sure it solves a problem. Because if it doesn't, then no one's going to buy it. And also a little bonus tip here, you want to tease the product before you go out and make it. You want to put out a little email before you make the product. You want to give it a little soft launch before you sell your high-ticket client. So what you can do for your free offer is you can tease your product that's coming down the pipeline, and you can get everyone excited that it's coming. Because if people like your free digital product, they're more likely to buy your paid one. I would steer clear of courses to begin with, though, because if you've never made a digital product before and you make this big course, you're going to be absolutely shit at it. That just goes for everyone, including myself. I tried to make a course / a paid digital product before I even knew how to do anything, and 2, before I knew how to create a digital product. Guess how it turned out? Not very good. So I would recommend doing the freebie first, doing a couple of freebies maybe, and then going and making a small digital product that's not an entire course, that's maybe just one webinar, because then you can sort of start to get the feel of it while getting paid. And we're going to turn back to Iman Gaji here for a second, because his wealth did not come from one-on-one coaching sessions, because he does not like to trade his time for money. It came from productizing his process. He turned what worked for him and what made him money into digital products. But here's the thing, he didn't stop at just courses mean video lessons that people watch. He systemized delivery through systems, and he used AI to help speed up his content and streamline his funnel. If you've seen his funnel for all of his social media pages, it is absolutely crazy. It basically goes from podcasts and then goes into his short form content, then goes to his unscripted videos, which lead to physical products, and then his main YouTube leads to his digital products. And the thing with Eman is he is the king in this space because he knows how to leverage everything. But instead of buying what Eman sells, watch what he does. Look at his funnels, look what he does with his own content, and try to replicate it for yourself. That's where the money will come in for you. Step number 5 is you have to sell with conversations. Anytime someone has messaged me or said that they like my content, I don't not reply. I always try to start a conversation and get to know the person. Now, of course, that this works with being a small creator, and of course you can't do that with being a big creator, but you can do that with having good customer service, but that's a video topic for another day. If someone tags me in something, or if someone messages me on Instagram, you can say, hey man, I appreciate the message, or I appreciate the follow. Curious what you're working on with your business right now. From here, you can guide them to the freebie, which can then in turn guide them to your YouTube or your paid info product that you have. So you don't need to make a whole viral video in order to make sales. And the power of a conversation is very, very powerful. And if you still are skeptical for how this works, or if it works at all, here are a few digital products that are selling right now that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars. There's an AI resume builder for freelancers that's making $4,000 a month right now. There's a Notion dashboard for fitness coaches / there's also Notion dashboards for productivity for students. And if you sell that for $10 and you sell that 200 plus times, that's like $2,000 right there. You can sell voiceover scripts, and you can even sell freelancer cold DMs that I myself has purchased in the past, and those can work as well. And these aren't theories. People are doing these right now and making a lot of money doing so. And this is why this model is the best one that works for 2025. And it is so easy because you can leverage AI. You can use ChatGPT to have a conversation, build out your digital product, and sell it within the course of 3 hours. I've done that before for old digital products that I've had, and I really liked the way that they turned out. And of course they were free, and I love the way that it turned out, and it gave a lot of value to people who didn't know what they were doing. But just a course of caution, make sure that you don't just only do. AI is good at certain things and building structures, but if you really want to give a lot of value, you have to make sure that you give the value that you know from your own personal experience. If you don't, 1, you're not going to get conversions because it's not your story, and 2, because you can tell when something's AI, and you can tell when the person isn't speaking from their heart. And because of this, most people don't fail. They just don't start. They wait for the perfect camera to get, they wait for the perfect microphone, they wait to make their perfect logo, and they spend months trying to create the perfect course only for it to be shit. But in 2025, you don't need to be perfect. You just need action and leverage, and maybe a little strategy as well. If you follow this roadmap and stay consistent for 30 days, I guarantee you will learn more than most people do in 6 months, and you will earn more than most people do in 6 months. And again, if you want to learn how to create content and go viral for short form and long form content, I have a free workbook down in the description below. You can click it. Again, it's absolutely free, no risk involved, but it'll really, really help you get viral and start to make money. And once you're done with this video, don't just click off. Watch this video to get even more value.